In such a consumer-based society, we often don't think twice before buying products, whether this is online or in our local supermarkets or cosmetics shops. Nor do we really stop to think about what is in all these products that we are buying. We blindly trust the fact that if you see a product on your supermarket or local shop shelf, then it must be safe to use and not harmful. But is this really the case? I have always considered myself to be lucky to have grown up in the EU, where there are very strict regulations on what goes into products, and health and safety standards are by and large very strict compared with the rest of the world. So I thought that everything I was consuming, both in terms of food and cosmetics, was safe, until someone told me about an app called Yuka, which is what I want to talk to you about today. Yuka is a French app that was launched about 2 years ago in 2017. And the concept of this app is very simple. As you're doing your shopping, any product that you pick up will often have a barcode on it. So all you need to do is open up your app. You can scan the barcode using your app, and immediately a score will pop up on your phone screen, as well as a list of all the product's ingredients. And your product will be given a score out of 100. And this product can be described as either excellent, so it'll have a score between 75 and 100, or it'll have a score of good, so between 50 and 74, a score of poor, so between 25 and 49, or it'll be given a score of bad, so this is a score between 0 and 24. The scores are also color coordinated, so excellent and good products will have a green circle, poor will have an orange circle, and bad will have a red circle. But what exactly is Yuka measuring? In the app, it explains how they go about their whole scoring method. So you can click on scoring method explanation, and what Yuka does is it evaluates the product's potential health impact based on the current state of science. So in theory, they're constantly updating the app and their scoring method. And the way they do it is that each of the ingredients of the product are assigned a level of risk. So once again, there are 4 main categories. An ingredient might be given the category of high risk, moderate risk, low risk, or no risk. And this is all assigned based on different health effects that each of these ingredients has. And many of the health effects that they look at include whether the ingredient is an endocrine disruptor, an allergen, an irritant, or a carcinogen. For example, I went into the shop I usually buy my cosmetics and shower gels, etc. in Brussels to stock up on toiletries, and had great fun just wandering around the shop scanning everything that I could find. What interested me was a lot of mainstream brands actually scored quite low on the Yuka app. I picked up a bottle of Dove shower gel, just your usual run-of-the-mill shower gel, and was shocked to see that it was actually given a score of 0 out of 100, so it got a bad and a red circle. And at the top of the list of the ingredients was the ingredient BHT, and this is classified as a high-risk product. And so the great thing about the Yuka app is it says BHT, red circle, high risk, but you can then click on the information where it explains to you why BHT is classified as a high-risk product. So in this particular example, it starts off with a warning saying that BHT is an endocrine disruptor and a potential allergen. It then goes on to explain that it has particularly negative effects on thyroid function and may also have negative effects on sex hormones and can affect fertility and development. It also provides a list of articles and sources of where it got its information from, so you can also do a bit of fact-checking yourself. Now, when I first heard about this app, I really didn't want to download it because I knew that I would probably get a bit obsessive about anything I would ever buy. As you can imagine, the day I downloaded it, this is exactly what happened. I spent more time than I'm willing to admit going around my flat, in my kitchen, scanning everything, going through my bathroom, scanning everything. And I have to say, in terms of food, I was pleasantly surprised with the high scores of the products that I scanned. In general, fruits and vegetables, anything natural gets quite a high score. It's more when you're looking at processed foods where the scores start to get a lot lower, because there's often a lot of hidden ingredients such as huge amounts of salt that go into processed foods, which aren't very healthy. And the same applies to packaged foods. However, it does need to be taken with a pinch of salt, because automatically foods that have high fat and sugar content, such as butter, which is a natural product, or chocolates, get lower scores. And so I would argue everything in moderation. On the other hand, I was horrified with the beauty products I use. Deodorants in particular got really low scores. A lot of deodorants contain BHT in them. Perfumes are, according to the Yuka app, very bad because of the chemicals that are in them. And so what I'm trying to do is now gradually phase out old products and try and replace them with apps that the with products that the Yuka app deems better. Again, as a general rule of thumb, I found brands such as Kiehl's and Origin scored quite high. However, some nutritionists have criticised Yuka for its scoring method. And there's also, what is the definition of a healthy product? The Yuka app doesn't take into account where these products come from and what the actual quality of the product is. For example, a lot of sun creams get very low scores because of the chemicals that are contained in sun cream that block the UV rays. But many people would argue, okay, if you used a more organic, natural sun cream, these wouldn't be as effective. So you kind of need to balance out what you want out of your products. In my opinion, and to conclude, I don't think anything is perfect, but I do think that this app can help at least raise awareness and make people think twice about what we're putting into our bodies and onto our bodies. Thank you.